Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on the channel where today we have got those all-important most meta wingers. So I've only got most meta strikers left to do in this series, which we'll do at some point later on in the week. So if you do have any other ideas for any little series that you would like to see, do drop them in the comments. Make sure you leave a like on the video and hit that subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. But going into our number 5 slot, we have selected Eden Hazard. Now this guy is a really good winger this year. Unfortunately, you don't see him get used overly too much because there is a certain other winger that a lot of people opt for. But Eden Hazard, for me, I used him a lot at the start of the game. I've used him quite a lot in draft as well, and he's really very good. He's got, obviously 4-star, 4-star, 5'8", very good dribbling and agility and balance. He's really a good little tricky winger. He's very difficult to tackle. He's also very quick as well. I think because of that high agility and balance, he feels really fast. That's a key stat that you need to know. If you want your players to feel quick, they need to have high agility and high balance, and then they'll feel a lot quicker. Hazard really does feel quick. 1v1, he's so scary to defend against because he can just take it on either foot, and he's just got that really quick burst of pace like he has in real life when he plays. He's a really difficult player to play against. The only negative I have against him is he does have low strength, but I think that's going to be a running theme throughout this video, is that a lot of wingers typically will not have the best strength because they're more important is to have more pace and have more dribbling, so they're not going to be as strong. But Eden Hazard for me is a really good player, someone you don't see a lot. I think that's more to do with it's difficult. You could say it's difficult to link him up because there are not like too many good Real Madrid players this year in the game that are what you would class meta, whereas with some other wingers it's a little bit easier to link them up because some of the other positions that you're linking them up with, some of those players are better, I think, that suit this game a little bit better. But Hazard is an incredible winger and definitely someone I would recommend you trying out. In number 4, we've gone for Sadio Mane. This guy's a beast. I had this guy for about 200 games. I had this guy up until the last weekend league, where in the weekend league that's just gone, I would upgraded to a different winger. Sadio Mane, I love playing him. If anything, I think he was probably a little bit better as a striker. I did flirt with him a little bit, playing him up front from time to time when I was trying out different formations, and I actually found that I had a little bit more success with Mane at striker than as a winger. He's still a very good winger. He still has all the perfect attributes for a winger. He's extremely fast. He's one of the quickest players that I've definitely used in this game. He feels so quick. And he's got a very elusive dribbling, again, really high agility, really good balance, so he feels really quick. I found he was a little bit more useful at striker than he was as a winger. He also has very good finishing. He only has 83 shooting, but I found that his finishing, he did finish so many chances, and you use some other players that have that sort of finishing stat and their finishing is not as good, but his finishing, he feels like his shooting is like a 90 rated stat. He finishes a lot of chances. Certainly when I was using him, especially using him as a striker, he was a very clutch player. Always would score goals at important times. I'd get an opportunity and I'd need him to score it, and he would always score it. So he was a very good clutch player, really good finisher, tough to tackle, obviously, with that pace and that dribbling. The only disadvantage I would have on Mane is, you can see, it only has 77 passing. His short passing and long passing is okay, it's not great. Sometimes his link-up play isn't great. Sometimes he can just miss some really simple passes, but I think that is a trait that can happen really with any player. They can miss really simple passes, and best chem style for him depends on the position you play him in. If you are going to play Mane as a winger, then I would recommend going for that dead-eye chem style. If you're going to end up playing him and try him out as a striker, then I'd recommend that sniper and boost that shooting and dribbling. Number 3 spot, we have gone for Ousmane Dembele. Now for me, not a winger that I personally got on too well with whenever I used him. Obviously he's got 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. You could argue he's a little bit like a cheap Neymar, but on the right wing. For me, whenever I used Dembele, I personally didn't get on with him too well. I've bought and sold Dembele 3 or 4 times this year, more or less just kind of for chemistry purposes. But I've never, for me, was never a player that I got on well with. However, whenever I played against him in weekend league, or whenever I saw anyone else using him, everyone else would just absolutely ball out with him. He's one of those players for me, Dembele, that I hate coming up against in the weekend league because he always seems to get the better of me. He's in my mental state at the minute. He just always seems to be a really difficult player to play against. He's really fast, again, that really high agility and balance, so he's really quick. The strange thing about him is I've got a disadvantage on low strength, but he always seems to win those 50-50 battles, which is really crazy. So many times you know, I'll have my Alex Telles, or if it was Robertson or whoever, or Alexandro, and they would be going sort of 50-50 with Dembele, and they would always lose. You know, sometimes he would even boss my centre-backs around with strength, which is really crazy. But on the face value, you'd have to say his strength is an issue, but so many times, especially when I came up against him, he did feel really strong. Obviously got that 5-star weak foot, so he makes it even more difficult to defend, because you can't really show him on his left or his right, because he's just as strong on either foot. That's why the 5-star weak foot players are so hard to play against, because you never know how to defend them, because you could send them down the left and they could cut in and shoot on the right, or vice versa. So it's really difficult to play against them. Easy to link up as well. Dembele's got those perfect work rates, high medium for a winger, and the best chem style I found for him was a dead eye to boost that shooting and passing, or you could give him that sniper chem style to boost his shooting and dribbling. Number 2 in the list, and for me, obviously my favourite player in football, just in real football, and I love using Neymar. Neymar is always one of the players that I always go for every year in FIFA, regardless of how good he is, how bad he is. But this year, again, Neymar is one of the best players in the game, let alone one of the best wingers. He's one of the best players in the game. You know, I've had him, he was the guy that I upgraded to for Sadio Mane. I've now got Neymar in my team. If you've seen some of the formation vids recently, you'll know that we have Neymar in the team, and he is balling out in our team. He's so good. Obviously that 5-star skill was 5-star weak foot, his dribbling, his close control, he feels so smooth. Some wingers have got like really high dribbling and they've got the right stats, but in game they don't feel very smooth, they don't feel very clean. Neymar feels so smooth, even when the gameplay maybe is a little bit sticky and a little bit patchy. Neymar still feels, even in those situations, he still feels like his dribbling is really clean. He's so difficult. I would arguably say that him and possibly Messi, who is the number 1 position, are arguably the hardest players in this game to defend, exempting icons. You know, they're so difficult to defend against 1v1, especially with Neymar. You fight that 5-star weak foot, you don't know which way he's going to go. He's so evasive. You know, he's a big clutch player. So many times this week, Neymar would score a really important goal for me very late on in a game. I'd need a goal to win a game, and he would always come up big and score that goal for me. He's such a good finisher. I never find that he really misses many chances. You know, he'll miss the odd chance, but I think that is kind of what happens just in general with every player, and me not being an absolute elite tier player. He's so difficult to tackle, as I've mentioned. The only negative I've got for him is that low strength. Sometimes, you know, well, not sometimes, most of the time he will get bullied off the ball, but, you know, he's so elusive 1v1. If you know how to skill very well with him, if you can at least perform a lot of the 4-star skill moves with him, Neymar's your guy at left wing, man. This guy is unbelievable, unmatched in my opinion for left wingers in FIFA, and that's probably including icons. For me, I don't think there's another icon that I would even pick over this Neymar card at left wing. He's so good. Dead eye chem style all the way for Neymar. And then number 1, we have gone for Lionel Messi, of course. Messi, arguably I would say this year in FIFA, is the best player in the game. If you want a right winger, Messi is the guy to go for, unless you want to pick someone else just for preference, just because maybe you like that player. But if you want a player that is going to win you a lot of games, if you want to be as good as you can be in FIFA, then Messi has to be the winger you got to go for. You know, 4-star skill is 4-star weak foot. His dribbling, his composure, his balance, his agility is unmatched by any winger. It even betters someone like Neymar, who is so good. You know, think about how good Neymar is. Messi is just a slightly bit better, and that's a scary thought, considering how well I think Neymar is in this game. But Messi, every top player in this game will have Messi in their team. This weekend league, I probably played Messi about 12-13 times out of my 30 games. You know, I played him so many times, and he's so difficult to defend. You know, he's another one that I've given a disadvantage of low strength, but he just seems to be super strong. He just seems to always win every 50-50. You shoulder to shoulder with him, trying to push him off the ball, and he seems to always be the one that pushes you off the ball, even if you've got a player that you know is stronger. You know, he just seems to kind of get that look, as it were, in FIFA. As I said, he's nigh on impossible to tackle. He's so elusive, and any time he gets near the box on that left foot, it's game over. It's a goal. This weekend when I played against Messi, I don't think I saw anybody, regardless of their skill level, anybody that had Messi, whenever they had a shot with him, go straight in that top corner on that left foot. His finishing is unmatched, his dribbling is unmatched, and he has to be the best player in the game this year in FIFA. Best chemistry style I would say is Hunter, to boost that shooting and pace, or a hawk possibly to boost that pace and shooting as well. Gives him a little bit of a physical boost, which is not really relevant for me. I would probably whack a hunter on him, give him more pace and shooting, and then yeah, good luck opponent defenders. And then for the icon choice, I've gone for Mane Garrincha. This is the guy that I'm actually using at the moment as a right winger. I am thinking of upgrading to that Messi card. At the moment, Messi wouldn't fit into my team and get the right chemistry, so I'm using this Mane Garrincha card at the moment. And it's not quite as good as Messi, but it is still a phenomenal card. You know, I love using this guy. When the icons came out at the beginning of the year, this Garrincha card was the first icon that I wanted to buy. I wanted to really try him out. I love skilling in FIFA, and I've heard that he is one of the best skillers in the game. And now that I've owned him, he for sure is one of the best skillers in the game. And for me, I actually feel like he has the best clean dribbling. You know, when you're just not skilling with him, when you're just kind of dribbling and you're moving around, it's like the ball is just, it's hard to explain unless you've used him, but I feel like his dribbling would equal Messi's in that regard. You know, his dribbling is so clean. He never loses the ball. His touch is always perfect. You know, he's just really good with the ball at his feet. I found that he was a clutch player, especially late on in my weekend league. This weekend, he scored so many goals that won me games. Really good finisher. Every now and again, he does kind of miss the odd chance here and there that you wouldn't expect him to miss. That's what I would say about him. But the majority of the time, his finishing is perfect. He just kind of has the odd OMG moment when he's in front of goal. His passing is amazing. He's so quick, even though he's only got 90 pace, and some of the people in this list are a little bit faster. He feels super quick, and that's again because his dribbling and his agility and balance is so high. Again, low strength, which is a theme throughout this video. But the best chem style for him for sure is going to be a Deadeye. I tried a hunter on him, I didn't like it. I've put the Deadeye on him to try and give him that little bit of extra boost in shooting. And since I put that Deadeye on him, his shooting now is impeccable. I think he's got like 99s in all the right stats for shooting when it comes to like finishing and shot power and attack positioning. So Garrincha is amazing. Messi probably is a little bit better, so someone that I personally will want to eventually upgrade to. But Mane Garrincha, I love using at the moment. I wouldn't change him for anyone unless it's Messi. But that is it for the most meta winger, guys. So if you do want to see the most meta strikers at some point later on in the week, make sure you do drop a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well if you're new to the channel. If you have any other ideas for any of the little series that you'd like to see, drop them in the comment section. See if we can get those going for the channel. But if you do want to see any more, guys, as I said, do drop a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well if you're new to the channel. That's all for today, guys. Have an awesome day. I'm out.